Hey, Instagram. Okay, so this is so insane. I'm just gonna get right into it because I can't even believe it. There's so much to unpack here. So as a result, I probably have gotten literally something like 50 plus COVID tests since the beginning of this pandemic. And I recently, by the way, went to London. I came back from London last week. So I am right now in Aspen, Colorado. And my assistant, I said to her, I just found out, I'm like, actually, because of timing, I should get a COVID test here for somewhere else that I have to be at that wants proof that I don't have COVID. And she's like, fine, total no problem. And she books a COVID test for me. My assistant comes to me and her face is white. And she's just like, you are not going to believe this. We just received an email from the COVID facility that they are declining to give you a test because of who you are. I was like, this can't be real. There's no way this is real. I have to look at the email and see if this is in writing because this can't actually be real because that doesn't make sense. We're in a public health crisis. If I knew someone didn't get the vaccine and I worked for a COVID testing facility, I would obviously be happy that a person who had the vaccine was doing the right thing and complying by getting a test to make sure they didn't have COVID to spread it. Wouldn't it be common sense? Actually, wouldn't it also be common sense that if you work or operate a COVID testing facility, that the majority of people that you see are unvaccinated? That's the reason they're probably getting tested, because they're not requiring people that are vaccinated to be tested every 5 minutes. The test was booked under Candace Farmer. No way that raised red flags. This means that this facility actually actively Googled who was booking tests to see who they were, right? And then they determined that, oh my God, Candace Farmer is actually Candace Owens. I'm not going to administer this test and I'm going to write this virtue signal email. And I know a lot of people are saying, I don't know if this is legal. I have no idea. I don't know. I can't imagine it is. In a public health crisis, I can't imagine it's legal, but there's also private business rights. I have no idea. So this is the email which came from, it's called it's an Aspen COVID test. And Susanna wrote my team an email, and this is what she said. Susanna writes, I've just learned of this testing request, and as the owner of this business, am going to refuse this booking and deny service. We cannot support anyone who has proactively worked to make this pandemic worse by spreading misinformation, politicizing, and actively dissuading people from receiving life-saving vaccinations. This is my favorite part of the email. She writes, the only other local testing option is the free kiosk by City Hall. They mail their tests to Texas and have inconsistent result times. Do not take appointments, so it's walk-in only midday weekdays in their back alley. So basically, she's only saying that she's not going to give me a test, but she's like, and haha, good luck ever getting one because I'm the only person. I have a monopoly in Aspen, and you can't even get one.
What's up, guys? This is Ashlee Keyton. Susanna, what are you thinking, girl? What are you thinking? Get it together, baby girl, sweetheart. Susanna, are you want to lose your job? How does she still have a job thinking like this? This is ridiculous, guys. Yep. Candace Owens. You gotta love her and hate her at the same time, right? Susanna, do you know who Candace Owens is? Just give her the shot. Just give her the test, girl. Just give her the test. Are you crazy or are you out of your mind? I don't know how people still got jobs. We can't get a job. It's funny because I think Joe said,
no, I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory. Liar!
I'm not going to force it, but I'm just going to say, if you don't get it, you can't have a job. Now all the vaxxers are employed and the anti-vaxxers are not. Didn't the Bible say something like, you can't trade or buy or sell without the mark? So obviously this isn't the mark of the beast, but it is the dress rehearsal. God is definitely getting us prepared for that day. This is probably going to be very similar to how it's going to work. Do I think it's the mark of the beast? Obviously not, but it's definitely, like I said, we're getting prepared for it. So how are you going to act whenever the mark comes? Are you going to be like, well, I just want to get it because I got to go see my granddaddy? It's like, I get it, but you want to see your granddaddy forever, not temporarily. Okay? You want to see him in heaven, baby girl. You know what I mean? But somebody was like, COVID's not real. It's the joke. I think it's real and it's a joke at the same time. I wouldn't say it's not real. I wouldn't be that crazy to say that. But at this point, who cares? You got to understand, you're saying Candace Owens, being who she is going to stop me from saving lives. So if Candace Owens is going somewhere spreading that, you're more worried about her spreading misinformation than her spreading the virus. And you know for a fact she's just going to get tested from somebody else. Susanna, you got to think, honey. You have got to put on your thinking cap, girl. Are you out of your mind? Your Evan Levin mind? For some reason, somehow, I've still managed to dodge taking the test completely. It's as if I was sick right before all this COVID stuff started. And as soon as it started, I have never been sick. Not once. So God is definitely with me. If you've managed to keep yourself from taking the test for this long, was it 2 years, going on 3 now? If you've managed to keep yourself from taking the test this long, comment in the description, hey, I still haven't taken it, or comment how you've managed to last without taking it. How have you done this? And if you're working a job that doesn't require the mandation of the mascation of the vaccination, tell us how you managed to stay there. Where are you getting your false papers from? Because I need those papers. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. This is Ashlee Keyton, as always. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you find it entertaining or you find it knowledgeable. The Christian perspective on life, on topics. All right, guys. Adios, amigos.